Childhoods lost in a troubled paradise. This is me, Shohini Sen, representing Team Indie. The issue of conflict regarding Kashmir in between India and Pakistan is nothing new. Conflict was there between the two nuclear nations since 1947 when the line of separation was drawn. There had been 4 devastating and fearful enough fighting respectively in the years 1947, 1948, 1965, 1971 and 1999 respectively. Thus, this conflict has taken the shape of a long-term burning issue. Now it's a burning issue because it has totally destroyed the civilian infrastructure. Obviously, civilian life is affected by it, but it has taken a big toll on children's tender minds. 6 violations against children has laid out on the United Nations Conventions for the Rights of Children. In fact, children play a mere part in this political game. The government punishes those who takes action against the authority. According to the reports for the UN High Commissioner, it has been said that children in Kashmir are detained and mistreated for days. Of course, there had been no evidence for it, but they are being mistreated. Even now, the report says that in between 1990 and 2005, 46 schools were captured by armed forces and 400 schools were gutted, according to the report of Public Commission on Human Rights. In 2018, the Jammu and Kashmir Coalition of Civil Society found the Right to Information application has been found out that children in Kashmir are detained under PSA, which is also known as Public Safety Act 1978 under 1990 to 2013. This type of destruction on educational infrastructure has left a grim impact on children. As a result, they have become traumatized, fearful and feeling of bitterness. However, according to the United Nations, the government was called upon to take preventive measures to protect the children of Kashmir, to take prohibition for mortar usage, so that the children could have their own world of little dreams. A 2014 comparative study between Srinagar and Kolkata, it can be seen that the children of Srinagar are more likely to be double the children of Kolkata who are suffering from mental health issue. To conclude, we must expect from the state and international organization to take measures to save the children from the violence against them and the conflict. In many cases, the police remain absolutely silent. They didn't understand the weightage of the issue. They didn't care about checking the age of the detainees. The minors were kept alongside the adult criminals and was released only after judicial interventions. All these at a whole violate many laws and conventions also. In this context, one thing needs to be mentioned, that both India and Pakistan has been engaged continuously in a low-level conflict with the Sikkimis. It resulted immediate harm and extreme damage to the everyday life heavily. When the situation is in such a state, firstly, in 2019, the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government divested Kashmir of its autonomous state. A bill was passed from the Indian Parliament that Jammu and Kashmir should be split into 2, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. Children faced a difficult situation. Schools in Kashmir have been closed for months. The children are denied to go out freely. the different curricular activities that are enriched with spirit and mental health development have been completely shut down to them. Not only closure, but many violence occurred in schools that led the students to be uprising and protesting. They thought that their education are put at risk and militarized. Secondly, the lockdown that followed last year and later restricted the people of Kashmir from migrating and for bringing the novel coronavirus that had immensely pressured economy and people's mental and physical health as well. Due to violence throughout the year, schools in Kashmir go neglected. Sanitary system, water supply, and even boundary walls go out of order. This makes a sense of pessimism in children's mind. It is to be mentioned that schools in Kashmir fails to provide arrangement for physically disabled students. So what can happen? The physically injured students are barred from going to school. In many schools in Kashmir, say 81% classrooms are out of desks for physically disabled students. So this creates a havoc change in their mind. As we go through a detailed analysis, there's a report which is said children and armed conflict. Verified by the United Nations that there was a killing of 15 children total, where 13 were boys and 2 were girls. So that's all for today. This is me, Shohini Sen, signing off, and we'll be back with another most epic and controversial topic next week. So keep watching Team ND and stay tuned.